Because when they look at the Muslims, very, very big and tall, they have big beard and they're very skinny. The problem is that the gods in Japan, they die. Wow, this is something eye-opening. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي أما بعد. So dear respected brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, my name is Kyoichiro Sugimoto. I'm from Japan. Kyoichiro Sugimoto. This is my original name. Alhamdulillah. So it was when I was a university student, just 19 years old. Yeah. So I met a Muslim student from Bangladesh. Alhamdulillah. The first Muslim I met. Then he could only speak English. Yeah. Of course he could speak Bengali. Yeah. And then he has no idea how to speak Japanese. So looking for a Japanese friend who can help. So I want to practice English. So okay, let's be friends. So we become friends. So one day, he invited me to his hometown in Bangladesh. When I arrived at the airport, the poor people just surrounded me and begging. Right, like 30, 40 people. So what to do? Even I just give some small notes, but it's not sufficient. So then my friend took me and they drove to his home in Dhaka. And on the way, there's 3 children. So many. So what's going on here? So I never imagined that. So eventually I was thinking, why these people are like this condition? And eventually I thought that these people have no responsibility actually because they are just small like kids. So simply because they are born in Bangladesh, they are poor. And simply I was born in Japan and then somehow the health or education was secured. So from the very beginning of our life, there is a huge gap. So I'm thinking that how this can be, the eliminated and minimized is not possible, almost not possible. So it's only injustice. So from the very birth, it's already like determine your way of life. So I was thinking that if you are thinking only this life, then it's meaningless. So I was very confused. I went very deep thinking, why like this? Then I met my friends' family, extended family. They have very strong tie. Very strong tie. They know all the uncles and auntie and visiting here and there with all the friends, relatives. MashaAllah. They are very welcoming, very friendly. So probably this old family value, or I felt that the energy for survival, maybe because based on the Islamic value or not, because they are all Muslims. So I want to know that secret. So I went back to Japan and I tried to access to books on Islam. That time, there is no internet. There is no email. Yeah? So I access only the library or public bookstore. Yeah, bookstore. But still now, we don't have enough literature on Islam. That time, of course, very rare to find books on Islam. But I found the Quran in Japanese language. The Quran in Japanese language. Yeah. Then I went through what's written there. And I found one very unique concept of akhirah, the hereafter, life after death. So this Quran is emphasizing where we are going to. This life is not the end of the life. Repeating. So I have never imagined that the importance of akhirah, because people are so busy for this dunya, Never even single 1 second they don't think about it. Even single second they don't think about. I was just reading that, and that concept is telling it doesn't matter where you are born, whether in Bangladesh or in Japan or UK, let's say. But how we live, how we spend our time and our resources given. We are all trusted. We are all just borrowing from Allah only. Our time, our resources, our life. So how we utilize. So that's why each and every person has its own test. Each and every person has its own unique test. None of us has same test. So it makes sense then. Someone may be given less, its own unique test. Someone given more, a lot, its own test. Has accountability in front of Allah, Day of Judgment. It makes sense then. It doesn't matter how much you are given. So I like this concept. So it means I can find the justice, full justice, if I consider the concept of Akhirah into consideration. If I consider this concept. Not only dunya. So I like it because it solves my troubles in my confusion. Yeah. Okay, so I went through, I want to know more about this Quran. So what is written there? Then, of course, we found the concept of Allah, the definition of God. Because in Japan, we do not have the definition of God. People believe millions of gods. Millions. Probably like Hindus. Yeah. And they do not have any textbook to learn. So it's a kind of only tradition. People just talk about it and it just said to be so. So these gods has actually no definition. The people just believe there is some great power or maybe some spiritual, some energy. That's all. But this Quran is said in the Surah Ikhlas, and very clearly, Qul huwallahu ahad. Yeah? Say to the people, say to the non-Muslim, the mushrik. Those who think that this all powerful and creator people think, his name is called Allah, the one and only. Period. It's very clear. One and only. Allah who summoned, he is eternal or self-sufficient. Wow. The problem is that the gods in Japan, they die. Gods in Japan die. Not eternal. Yeah. Lam yalid wa lam he doesn't beget or not begotten, right? So there are no parents or no son or daughter. Yeah. So walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. There is nothing comparable to him, right? So, wow, this is something eye-opening. This is God. So I was thinking that do we need these millions of gods? If we have this powerful, eternal, perfect God, then can we explain this world? So, yeah, possible. Simple. Very simple. So there is no necessity. There's no necessity to believe millions or thousands of gods. Okay. So Islam is so simple. Okay, one God and many creations. And we have next life, the great hope. We don't have to suicide ourselves because of depression, because we hope. We have a hope. Always. Yeah? This is good. This is good. It's a progressive. It's very positive. Yeah. So I have been reading again. Maybe this Quran has some strange teachings or dangerous teachings, like people imagine, like Islam, like terrorism, like this, right? So there must be something wrong. So I try to search some negative aspect, negative statements. I couldn't find it. It took for 1 year. I investigate. Whatever I have questions, I ask the brothers from Muslim Student Organization, the association. So solved. So what to do now? So I want to know more because religion, Islam, religion, is not just a foreign culture or different culture for the non-Muslims, but this is a faith. So faith or the belief or the religion means if you do not take it and taste it, you don't really understand what tastes like. Like a sushi, right? You know sushi, right? So some foreigners and non-Japanese, they look at sushi and they research a lot, investigate and comment a lot. Sushi like that. But is it really true investigation? You can get the real, the result, what actually sushi is. Then just you eat it. Then you really understand what sushi is. So similarly, like I investigate Quran from as an outsider, like a researcher, research what Islam like. I never know what the actual taste. So I went to the certain level that my learning doesn't satisfy me anymore, but to taste it. So why not? Then my friend, I want to practice Islam, I want to enter Islam, so what to do? So we organized this so-called Shahada session with the Muslim brothers in the Islam Muslim Student Association. So we just have this Shahada session, alhamdulillah. So because Japanese people, they do not have a very strong background religious knowledge, and they are very scared to know the Islam, because when they look at the Muslims, very, very big and tall, they have big beard and they're very scared. This is what they said. So that's why we need to introduce Islam very soft way and the cultural way. Otherwise people run away. So alhamdulillah, I think I talk a lot maybe. Yeah, it's a time to, I think, Q&A. Yeah. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. Thank you for your kind listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.